All right, sports fans, welcome to another edition of ESPN 9 The Nacho, covering the most important league in sports, fantasy football, Goodell hunting. We are looking at week 10, which is now in the books, and my team once again shit the bed. So let's just start there. A loss to Jake, who was one of the lower scorers in the league, brings me to 4-9 on the season. Let's see what really happened. Tyler Lockett and Cortland Sutton, nothing going on. Apparently, Russell Wilson came back and decided to just go absolutely winless against the Packers. I guess winless wouldn't be the term, but he certainly didn't score anything. Um, and so they lost 17 nothing against the Packers, and Tyler Lockett didn't do anything. Cortland Sutton, the Broncos also didn't do anything. Dallas Goddard didn't do anything, and now he's questionable. My kicker, my defense didn't do anything. Really, the only thing that happened is that Ezekiel Elliott and his backup, I started both of them, both did decent for me. So I guess I'm just going to keep rolling with the backup and the starter for the Dallas Cowboys running backs, and Tom Brady did all right. On Jake's side, Aaron Rodgers, even though he got the win, he didn't throw any touchdowns and got an interception. A.J. Brown didn't do anything. Christian McCaffrey and Deontay, or that's not Deontay Johnson. Which Johnson is this? Ernest Johnson. Both are players that got Jake some points, along with Cooper Kupp, been looking good. He got the win, but it wasn't a pretty showing for either of us. So let's just move on. Jake moves into fifth place, 6-4. I'm in ninth, 4-6. I've still got a chance, but it's not looking too good for me. Let's look at the weekly winner is Caroline, which reminds me I probably need to send her winnings. I'll do that right after this. So Caroline, congratulations on another weekly winner. Debo Samuel coming up big, 97 yards, a rushing touchdown, and a reception touchdown for 33.8 points. She also had at quarterback Derek Carr. She started him. Guess I should have. I dropped him right before this. 25 points, two touchdowns, and 261 yards. DJ Moore didn't do a whole lot, but Devontae Smith did. Najee Harris also played well. DeAndre Swift, really her whole team did pretty well. The DJ Moore was really the one that didn't, but DeAndre Swift 130 yards rushing, and let's see, Najee Harris 105 yards rushing. Both of them getting her quite a few points. Travis Kelce, of course, they had a great comeback game. Finally got some points against Kansas City, or I'm sorry, against Las Vegas. And then looking over at Farfy now 5-5. She gets the loss. Jalen Hurts had a pretty good game, 2 touchdowns, 178 yards, with 53 yards rushing. Justin Jefferson 143 yards, and then CeeDee Lamb. I think he went out hurt, but he still got 2 touchdowns and 94 yards receiving. -6 from her defense didn't help out, but either way, she is now 5-5. My mom once again almost got the weekly winner. She is now sitting at 6-4 and looking pretty good. Beat Kyle, who is now also 6-4. She's sitting at second. He's at third now. Let's look at how that happened. Kirk Cousins, 2 touchdowns and 295 yards passing against Ryan Tannehill, who got a passing touchdown and a rushing touchdown, 213 yards, and she edged him out there. He edged her out with Waddle against Amari Cooper, who didn't have a particularly good game, but really Jonathan Taylor got her that win, 26.2 points from him, 116 yards rushing, and a touchdown against Robinson, who got rushing touchdown, only 57 rush yards, but another 27 receiving. So. Cordell Patterson sounds like he got injured. Only 25 rushing yards, 14 reception yards. And then Kyle Pitts, 60 receiving yards and a touchdown. But their flexes, both of the flexes doing well. I'm just going to move forward a little bit here. 27 yards, 27 points for Antonio Gibson, 2 rushing touchdowns, 64 yards, and then Damian Williams, 101 yards and a touchdown, looking good. And the defense, Dallas, really blowing out the Falcons, 3 interceptions, 1 touchdown, and only 3 points allowed. Buffalo did well as well against the hapless New York Jets, 4 interceptions, a fumble recovery, and a sack. Moving on. I wasn't last in the league this week because, of course, Nate was. He does have 2 wins on the season. Whoever lost to him, you should be embarrassed. I guess he did get weekly winner once, so we all lost to him. But Stafford, 14.5 points. Not too much going on there. 2 interceptions, more than his 1 passing touchdown. Jerry Jeudy, the whole Broncos offense, not looking too good. We did see earlier Melvin Gordon had a decent game, but the rest of them not looking good. Mike Evans did benefit from a touchdown over 40 yards. That really saved his night because other than that, he's only got 62 yards receiving. And then for the rest of his team, not much to talk about. Josh Allen for who's he playing over here? Morgan. 366 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, looking really good. Stephon Diggs, he does have the stack there. So just between the two of those, he's at over 50 points, 162 yards receiving, and a touchdown. Looking down, James Conner, George Kittle, Elijah Mitchell, all doing pretty good. They each had a touchdown. Not Mitchell, but the rest of them did. And then the Colts did pretty good against the Jacksonville Jaguars on defense. I'm going through this pretty quick because I got to go to the store, but we'll just keep it rolling here. Now sitting in 11th place, Manny only has 3 wins, and Andrew got his 6th win of the season. I am playing him this week, Andrew. I am challenging you now to a water bet. It looks like my screen is frozen, which is kind of embarrassing, but I'm just going to keep it going anyways. Dak Prescott really held it down for Manny. 33 points, 2 passing touchdowns, 1 rushing, and 296 yards. Devontae Adams didn't do too much. Scary Terry didn't do too much. Leonard Fournette coming in 47 yards rushing, 45 yards receiving really helped him out. But Andrew did get that win. Herbie only 195 yards passing and a touchdown, but enough points to win. Tyreek Hill, 2 reception touchdowns, 83 yards. Austin Eckler, Mark Andrews, Boston Scott, all looking pretty good. You can see I get an Enterprise Plus email. We're just going to keep Xing out of those emails. So anyways, Mark Andrews, 63 yards receiving, 1 touchdown. He's looking really good. Andrew does get the win, but it wasn't a pretty sight. Pretty much looked like me and Jake's game, actually. If you look at those very similar scores, I guess Manny was a bit closer. And let's look at this last one. Closest game of the week, only 3 points separating. Jack did get the win. He's 6-4, while Manny is sitting at 3-7. Really off Patrick Mahomes' comeback game. 5 passing touchdowns, 406 yards for 49.7 points. Got Jack the win. Lamar Jackson, only 238 yards passing, 39 yards rushing, and 1 touchdown. Had a decent game, but not near enough. Stevenson, New England running back, 2 rushing touchdowns and 100 yards, really helped Danny keep it close. Dalvin Cook, of course, 94 yards rushing and a touchdown, always looking good. And then Mark Ingram, a good pickup by Jack, 61 reception yards and 1 rushing touchdown, 47 rushing yards. And then their flexes, Hunter Renfrew, really kept things going for Jack. 1 reception touchdown, 46 yards. One thing I do want to point out, you'll see on the Discord a few water bets posted by me. I'm really not seeing any from the rest of you, so pull it together. Again, Andrew, I challenge you this week. And unfortunately, even though I am frozen, hopefully this still came through. For Graham Button for ESPN 9 Nacho, the Nacho, coming in with your most important coverage of Goodell hunting. Have a good day, everybody.